So about the same time I heard both from Kenneth Pope in Boston and from Oliphant Shop in Paris that they are also carrying these horns, and I heard very good things about them. Finally, I was traveling through China on a concert tour, and I had the opportunity to visit their factory in Tianjin. And I was really pleasantly surprised how friendly, and it was a wonderful atmosphere there. I met Yuling, who is the chief of the factory and the production there. She showed me her models. I tried the instruments. My first reaction was spontaneously very, very good. So 2 years ago, they offered me this endorsement of their instruments, and I accepted spontaneously. And I wanted to help them promote these instruments, which I think are well worth and a very good value for the price that you pay. Well, I had a little bit more time when we were together in Osaka, and I started on this side, and I played all of these instruments which you have in the shop, and I was delighted because it's easy to play, it responds very well. I think even younger players will have a wonderful time. So it's really a great instrument, and especially I think it's not that expensive in comparison to other instruments. Really good, really good. Yes, later today in this mini concert I will be playing these two models for you. I will play the Beethoven Sonata on this instrument and the Saint-Saëns on this one. So maybe you can also judge for yourself and see what the difference is. Maybe you can sense a little bit of a difference in sound. I love the look of this golden brass instrument here. I used to play a golden brass instrument also when I started playing Paxman. It's a little bit heavier, maybe a little bit more effort to play, but I love the color, especially if you have a brighter sound. Maybe it's an interesting choice also to play a golden brass instrument. This is the instrument that I spontaneously liked immediately. It's somehow very responsive, it plays well, it lies well in the hand. It's not heavy. We weighed some of the instrument. We compared the weight of this instrument to some other famous instruments, and this one seems to be lighter. So I think also for younger players or students or professionals, if they're not as heavy as I am, it'll be nice to play, good feeling between the body and the instrument. So this one I like very much. This instrument is the top of the range, the TP, which means 1,000 punches. That means that it's a hand-held hammered bell, and I saw that being produced at the factory. There's a lot of work put into this instrument. I think it offers a lot of colors, a whole range of colors. Maybe you have to be a strong player to be able to play this one because there's a little bit more resistance, but I like all of the BRIZ instruments, as was mentioned, because of the long mouth pipe, so it doesn't offer too much resistance, and that's what I like about all of these instruments. So I just invite you to come to Dolce here in Tokyo, Osaka, Nagoya, try the instruments for yourself, have some friends play them for you, and hear for yourself what you enjoy. It's going to be an individual choice, but I hope you enjoy it. I certainly did. Well, I think I mentioned in our talk in Osaka, if you read the book by Philip Farkas, The Art of French Horn Playing, he has a whole list of what is important. It needs to be good intonation, so it's this octave, but most modern instruments actually don't have this problem anymore because the book was written in 1956, so in these past 70 years a lot has been done. If I had to choose one thing that is most important, we as horn players, and I believe a lot of horn players are here today, we have all started playing the horn because of the beautiful sound. So I would suggest that you try an instrument, and if you like the sound, that's probably the most important thing. I think it needs to be love at first sight with your instrument. You're playing at home and say, oh, this is the instrument. Of course, you can check for intonation, you can check for high range, for low range, for legato, for staccato, whatever is important for you. But it's difficult to describe everything. Does maybe the sound of the instrument come close to your ideal horn sound, something that we carry in our ear, something that we carry in our spirit or in our mind? How do we imagine sounding, and does this instrument allow me to come close to that? So when composers write for the horn, like in film music, there's something heroic, so the horn section is playing loud, it needs to be able to do that. or some love scene, then it has to be very lyrical and fine and gentle. That the horn also needs to be able to do. And finally, it has to be as close as possible to the human voice, because with the instruments we try to imitate the beauty of the human voice.